In 1994, at the age of 25, Adam Evans Thomas was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia.
Your state of mind is extremely important, and you've got to be very optimistic and not to dwell on it, just to get on with life and just see what happens, really.
Adam was very shy, didn't like the limelight, just wanted to carry on with his life.
My family tend to wrap me up in cotton wool a bit, and it does cause me to get quite frustrated on times. But yeah, I mean, my plans for the future are as they would normally be, really. I mean, I plan to get married and possibly have a family and everything else, and so, you know, but I'm still young.
He became a different person. He became more thoughtful, more caring. I know it sounds strange, but he was only young. He was only 20. And he started thinking very deeply about a lot of things.
Since I've had leukemia, another thing I try and do is take more of an interest in people. I like to try and take more of an interest in people instead of paying them lip service. Whereas before I had leukemia, I probably, if somebody said hello to me, I said, oh, there we are, no problem, hello, how are you? And now I do try and take more of an interest in what people are telling me, or if people want to say hello to me, I do try and take time to make time for them.
Once he realised what he could do, and he became involved with the Welsh Blood Service, the NHS, it changed him totally in a matter of 3 or 4 years. He became very gregarious, spoke in public, and didn't bat an eyelid, and just became an altogether different person.
Adam began working with the Welsh Blood Service, touring Pembrokeshire to raise awareness of the need for bone marrow donors.
We launched an appeal to find bone marrow donors. He actually managed to get 3,000 people signed up onto the bone marrow donor list. In order to test 3,000 people, every person cost £33 in those days. And he raised £45,000, which was an incredible amount for a youngster.
The government set up the British Bone Marrow Registry, and the British Bone Marrow Donor Appeal was closed. This left Adam with a new problem.
The money kept coming in, and he just thought, well, what do I do? This is very embarrassing. I finished. What do you do with this money? He decided to start fundraising for a cancer daycare unit for Withybush Hospital. It took 15 years. Last year, 2017, the unit was built. It's a beautiful cancer daycare unit. It's called Pembrokeshire Haematology and Oncology Day Unit.
A DACUS unit is where the majority of anti-cancer chemotherapy and related treatments are given. And the number of patients is going up all the time. All of the patients who are being treated here would have to travel to Carmarthen or Swansea or even Cardiff, and nobody wants to do this, and they're already tired and they're facing a long day on the DACUS unit when they get there. We did have a DACUS unit before, but it was much too small with no privacy for the patients and a single consulting room which is quite inadequate. All of the staff working on the DACUS unit here, and really all the patients coming through the unit as well, are extremely grateful to the people of Pembrokeshire for raising all the funds necessary for this unit.
Like most other young people their age, Adam Evans Thomas and his girlfriend Marie should have scarcely a care in the world. But the past months have been far from easy for this West Wales couple. Adam has a rare type of cancer. It could kill him, and they both know it.
Adam was approached by HTV, Wales This Week, to do a documentary. And this documentary was all about asking the government to pay for a tissue typing registry. He had to go through an autologous transplant, so HTV decided to follow him through this transplant. And they put a little camera in the corner of his sterile bubble.
I've been in this room, I haven't moved from this room for 4 weeks. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm quite anxious to leave. So hopefully that won't be long.
I'll be forever grateful to HTV and to everybody that put that little camera there, because it distracted him from what was going on. And the prof said afterwards, I have never seen anyone eat their way through a transplant in the way Adam did, because he was told what he had to do. He had to keep his energy up. He's got to keep eating. He did all of that because he had to sit in front of this camera. He had to do this documentary. I've carried this on right through all that we've done in his name. This distraction is so important. If you're in bed and you have a sore toe, that toe could be the size of the globe until Ermintrude comes along with some juicy gossip, and then you forget about that toe because you're distracted.
You'll have to go to lots of Hawaiian parties.
She chose that colour because it goes with her pants.
Well, I started off about 2013, 2014. After my operation, I started going to the Bucketful Hope. Yeah, it's brought me out of myself quite a lot. We've been going on trips, we've been doing things which has brought my confidence up. Beautician has come and given me makeup do's and my hair done and everything, which is brilliant, you know. I had really thin hair at one time, and it's come, look at it now, it's coming back lovely.
Elaine's pavlova, which she made.
It's helped me because I'm a bit depressed with it as well. That doesn't help.
The distraction is that it gives you something else to think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It gives us something else. We think about our little choir.
Yeah.
We think about the trips. It gives us something else in our lives to look forward to.
Yeah.
It takes our mind off the troubles that we have with our ill health.
I have my nails done because Lucy does the beauty treatments. And it gives you a bit of routine, because I've had to give up my full-time job as well. You know, it's just completely blown my life apart because I can't work at the moment. It just gives you something that no one else can give you outside of there. Like, everybody's so nice, and the distractions it's just so great. Everybody's so lovely, and at home I haven't got that. Not because they don't care, they don't understand. And they just do not understand what it's like to wake up every morning and feel like it's horrible.
I think originally Adam said something like, I think I've been given this illness for a reason. 25 years later, we can see that he's done all the work for the blood service. There's a high dependency room in Cardiff, and there's the new FODU, Pembrokeshire Haematology and Oncology Day Centre. And now we've still got this lovely unit, our little community, which is called the Bucketful of Hope, Adam's Bucketful of Hope Distraction Centre in Haverfordwest. They come in as patients, they have all their free treatments, and then they say, can we come in on Thursday to give you a hand? And we say, yes, that'd be very, very helpful. And so they come in Thursday and Tuesday and Saturday. And after a while, what we've got now is that 60% of the volunteers are patients. We don't deal with the government, we don't have any funding, we are self-funding. Everything we do, we work for. And it's the patients working for that. I'm very, very proud of that.
Go upstairs. I'll definitely go upstairs. Yeah. I was introduced to the Bucketful of Hope through my partner, Liz, who'd suffered from cancer for many years. She was given the opportunity, or undertook, to come here one day a week and work. She was a very popular member of staff, inspirational in terms of being positive in relation to dealing with cancer. Unfortunately, in June, she passed away, but she was stoic, inspirational in the way that she dealt with the cancer. She was very positive in relation to this charity, and because of that, I felt obliged, if that's the right phrase, to come in and offer my services. I do sorting of the clothes downstairs, I work the till, I do DIY jobs.
My wild rose is picking up again. Sad things happen, like we lose our friends to cancer, and that's why this community is so vital. We laugh, we cry, but whatever we do, we're there for one another.
The coffee morning came about because about 5 years ago, the patients here were meeting and talking and having one-to-one counselling time. And one of the things that was noticeable to all of us, that was probably they needed to talk to each other. And so we suggested to them that they met and had a coffee morning, and this was a great success.
We try to produce structured activities as well, so like we do crafting. So recently we've just made masks for our masked ball fundraiser. You couldn't see the carpet for glitter and sequins. We're also doing a small Pilates class. I think our patients have really benefited from that. But the main thing is just meeting together and sharing those vital experiences. If somebody's not in coffee morning, we will give them a phone call and find out how they're doing. And if they're particularly unwell or they're in hospital, then we'll follow up that with a card. We'll get together, sign the card, put a nice little message on there. It just shows that care and support.
They call themselves, and we call them, the Bucketeers. They don't wish to be called patients, victims. The Bucketeers was an appropriate name that came about when we were actually fighting for the daycare unit at the hospital. So they felt they were being buccaneers.
We've been going for 9 years, and after the fodder was opened last 2017, I came back and I said to everyone there, well, Adam's legacy is fulfilled. So we can fold up now. It's lovely when charity's finished, the job is done. And the patient said, no, but you can't possibly sort of close it down. No, we can't, we just, you know. And so we made a decision there and then that we will continue.
Bucketful of Hope offers a range of therapies, counselling and beauty treatment. One recent acquisition is a much-needed deep tissue oscillator.
It goes around, picks up tissue and then drops it very quickly. Try it now. Is that okay?
It's better now, yes. This was me having my foot treatment with my other angelic friends. Christine made some lovely Christmas cards with my photo on them, which my family really loved.
The patients arrive like frightened rabbits in headlights. The first time it's like, oh, you know, everybody at home is walking on eggshells. Everybody is, oh, I'm so sorry. And they just want to get away from that. They just want to come in and sit by someone to say, well, I've got bowel cancer and I've got this and that. Oh, I had that as well, yeah. I was given, they told me I had 4 months. That was 2.5 years ago. You know, we need that. After the third visit, then they know everybody's names and they are in the family. We put on parties, we put on visits, we go out to the theatre, we do all sorts of things and we do it together.
I was diagnosed with stage 3, grade 3 breast cancer in March 2014. Ended up having 3 operations. I've had lymphedema, which is swelling in this left side. So in my hand, my arm, my chest and my back. I wear a compression sleeve with a glove attached. And I wear this every day. And then the Bucket has funded for me something that I can wear in the night time, which is, it looks a bit, well, it feels a bit like a duvet, or, but it's very comfortable, and it means that I'm having the pressure 24 hours a day. I've recently been reassessed and had LVA operation where they connect the lymph nodes up with the veins. And I think I was okay to have that operation because I had the nighttime sleeve, because I was having treatments regularly. And more than the physical treatments, it was the positivity that working with Sue has given me. I think it's a much healthier balance in my life.
Don't ask me how it got to the choir. I don't know who suggested it, where it came from. Sam said, I'll write you this song. And he taught our little choir to sing it. When people haven't sung in all their life, they think they can't sing. And suddenly, not only are they singing, but they can hear this wonderful sound around them. And suddenly they're in front of this audience, and the audience claps. Well, I had to scrape them off the ceiling, you know. They were so excited. So I knew that was the best distraction going.
I didn't want to talk to anyone about anything. And I was very withdrawn. So I joined the choir, although I can't sing very well. So it's made me a lot happier. I'm not worrying now about the way I sing. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. I would not have even entertained it. But they've all pushed me into it, and I just sing. I probably sound like the Cats choir, but it's quite enjoyable going out, mixing with them, and all singing together. It does make a big difference in my life.
About a year ago, Chris Evans-Thomas approached me. She's actually a former member of the choir, to take part in a festival that they were planning to celebrate the completion of the Adams Bucketful of Hope appeal. And we were just delighted to be a part of that day, which was incredible. Festival choirs from all over Pembrokeshire, all lifting our voices in song to support such a wonderful event.
My involvement started with Chris E.T. calling me and asking me to put something together for the charity, the Bucketful of Hope. She wanted me to put together some sort of musical arrangement of a classic popular song, something like Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, in order for the choir to perform. I then said to her, I will write you an original song. And that's what I did. I went off to write the words, and within a day, everything was in place. I called upon a very, very good friend called Simon Morris, another local musician, to put together a backing track, and it's a fantastic piece of work. The project is wonderful because it allows everyone to get involved. First of all, it gives back to people a sense of themselves, that they're no longer defined by their illness. Secondly, it's a wonderful social gathering. It's therapeutic. Everyone is in it together. They're part of something much, much bigger. When they actually got together with the other choirs, one of my mixed choirs, suddenly they felt, wow, there are basses, there are tenors, this great sound around them. Their faces prove what music can do in a healing way.
We thought, oh gosh, we don't want to let this just disappear. And so the song Light had a special backing track made by Simon Morris. Sam did the words and the music and conducted us. And then we went into actually performing it and recording it. Who knows what's next, you know, Carnegie Hall?
Absence of all darkness, everyone can see. Holding hands forever, there's no mystery. Love and affection bring everyone together. Lots of different faces, going full of love. Everybody's story, eyes and ears behold, crying every tear. Smiles and gestures draw you to somewhere that is good, into arms of loved ones, friends, family, and love. Absence of all darkness, everyone can see. Holding hands forever, there's no mystery. Love and affection bring everyone together. Lots of different faces, glowing full of love. Everybody's story, eyes and ears behold, crying every tear. Love and affection bring everyone together. Lots of different faces, glowing full of love. Everybody's story, eyes and ears behold, crying every tear. Until we are Love and affection bring everyone together. Lots of different faces, glowing full of love. Everybody's story, eyes and ears behold, crying every tear. Until we are
The annual charity ball is always a grand occasion, but this year it's extra special. They're celebrating 25 years of fundraising for the NHS since Adam was diagnosed.
My husband Rob, my son Jamie, my son-in-law Will and my sister-in-law Sue, they did a sponsored swim in Poppet Sands and we raised £1,500.
Bucketful of Hope has been my saving grace because I've been very lucky to be able to keep Adam alive for 15 years. Don't worry, I'm not giving up. We are going to continue. Thank you so much to the Bucketees. Without them, I couldn't do any of this, and thank you, Pembrokeshire.
I feel so fit and healthy that I feel a mistake has been made somewhere, but never mind. Maybe there's been a purpose for this. I often wonder what sort of a person I'd be now if I didn't have the illness. I'm almost certain this illness has changed me for the better. But maybe there was a purpose, I don't know.